everybody. My name is Kim Hawk, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. And I'm so excited to say this is week 11 on our Near Disney YouTube channel. Yeah. And I have got my dream team, and many of you met for the first time. Chelsea over this way, right? So she's also my goddaughter. So I'm going to call her the fairy goddaughter of real estate. Yeah. And we've got our prince, Elijah.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
And we have our wonderful, here we go. Where are you at, Rachel? Island girl. I'm going to get you. Rachel. And they have been scouring the area, the 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle in Central Florida, the Orlando area, and they are picking the hot 4 properties because, as you can imagine, it is very difficult, number one, to find a property, number two, to actually secure it. And so we are the ones that are going to be out there trying to find it for you. We're going to be writing the contracts that hopefully the sellers will accept. We're also listing properties out there. We only list properties that we feel strongly about are good representations. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So feel free to put any of your questions into the question area, and we make sure that we will get back to each and every one of you. I encourage you as well. The telephone numbers of my dream team are right underneath of their names, and you're going to find you connect with somebody more than others. And so we're happy about that. So just feel free to call them directly if you would like. So this week, let's start with Elijah. I think you may have a property that you were excited about.
Yeah, I've got stuff to talk about for sure. Elijah Lewis with Florida in Motion Realty as well. So I spent a lot of time this week as well in Celebration, the town that was built by Disney. One of the things that I always just personally like to keep an eye on in this lovely town is what is the break-in price point right now to sort of get that home living, and just what kind of listings are for being able to get a good deal and getting into the town of Celebration at sort of an entry-level point. And I found a listing that I really enjoyed walking through. It was a townhouse that's sort of situated on Campus Street, which is a really cool street because it's kind of a really good between right downtown and the golf course in Celebration, the high quality golf course. And so this is 569 Campus Street. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath townhome that had 2,400 square feet just over, listed at a flat $600,000, which kind of seems like that entry-level magic number ballpark these days. You walk in and you just see that everything's it's very spacious inside. It's got a space that's kind of for sitting area when you walk in. It could also be used as an office, and then it flows very openly into the dining room, which then flows into a very good-sized kitchen that has an island and tons of pantry space, as well as that kind of hanging pot and pan holder fixture that's always really cool to have for people who love to cook. This kitchen has access to a large walk-in pantry that has this custom finish where it's like this frosted glass that has cool images embossed into it. Big open living room space that's surrounded by windows. It's kind of like the best case scenario because it's just letting in a lot of light and making the home feel good. The bedrooms are on the upstairs, and as well as you have the opportunity to go to the 3rd floor, which is kind of a bonus area that you can use very well as a bedroom as well, that's got like an ensuite bath to it. As far as other things to the home, you walk outside to a screened-in patio, and then a large fenced-in back yard area that is paved, and a 2-car detached garage. So a lot of really positive things going in for this townhouse that's really near the downtown and points of interest, as well as giving you some yard space to work with.
I love it. Remind me again, Elijah, what was the price point on that one?
It was a flat $600,000.
Wow. So you guys, that's great news because you would think there would be tons of options when somebody has $600,000. There are not. And it's just not in Celebration. There's, we really have to dig. It's almost like finding a needle in a haystack type of thing. Jumbo loans are now, you can look up into this non-jumbo loans. You can look up to 600,000. And so that's where most people want to purchase, right? Because they want to secure those kind of loans. So good for you for finding one. And I bet it just came on the market. If I know.
Yeah, day one.
Day one. I was going to say, Elijah's out there the second that he hears of it. And so I appreciate you being so proactive on getting that. Now, when we talk about campus, just to give everybody an idea, in the town of Celebration, there's mainly two main arteries that come into town. And we get questions sometime about, well, is it a gated community, not a gated community? Disney, the Imagineers were very smart in that they really had you drive pretty far into the town. And so that works well for security reasons, obviously. And we have marked cars, unmarked cars. But you'd be hard pressed to drive all the way in and try to get out and cause any mischief around here, right? But the two main arteries, Campus and Celebration Avenue, it's very Disney-esque in that our school, our K-8 school, is on Campus Street. And we also have our library on Campus Street. And so that's just kind of a cool insider's touch that Campus Street, you're going to be by some cool schools. Yeah? Very good. So Chelsea, okay, welcome to the team. Welcome to the team. And I understand you already have a property that you want to talk about. And what area did you pick?
I do. So I actually picked out where I live in St. Cloud. It is a gorgeous newer construction home. It was built in 2019. It is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, almost 4,200 square foot home that is actually on a canal that leads out to, it's called Alligator Lake. It's on the Alligator chain of lakes out here. So it is a gorgeous piece of property. It is 2 stories, but it is a gorgeous open floor plan that has all of that awesome interior that people are looking for right now, those neutral colors, tons of natural lighting. It has a 3-car garage, which is fantastic. It has a gorgeous, gorgeous pool that leads you right out to that canal that leads you out to the lakes as well. So when you walk out onto that back porch and into that pool, you see that canal behind you. It does have its own dock and boat slip, which is fantastic out there. The master suite is on the first floor. Bonus. Awesome. We love to see that. It has a great game room as well. Tons and tons of open floor space for all kinds of activities. Apparently there's some awesome custom barn doors as well inside. Yeah, and it's a few minutes from old historic downtown St. Cloud as well. So it's not that far of a drive to get to all the fun activities that happen downtown and in the surrounding areas. And it's about a 35-minute drive to Disney, which is great. So it's in an awesome central location. It is priced at $824,990. And for this particular piece of property, I think that's pretty darn awesome to find something on the water for that price.
I absolutely love that. But talk to me about this alligator whatever type of thing. Are you telling me there's alligators walking around that house?
I mean, I don't think they're walking around the house. You might see some on the water every once in a while, but no, Alligator Chain of Lakes is out here in St. Cloud. So very similar to the Butler Chain of Lakes in Windermere, or the chain of lakes that's also out in Claremont as well. So it's an awesome little spot to be. There's always tons of people out. Some great fishing if you're into some bass fishing, which is awesome. So
very good. Very good. Well, I appreciate that. And St. Cloud, like you said, 35 minutes to our Cinderella's castle. Speaking of which, Cinderella's not with us today because she's got, spring break here and she's got some kiddos. And so we wanted to send our love out to her. And so in the interim, what I'm going to do is just kind of speak about something that I had just seen as one of the third things, because I know a lot of you out there are also looking for rentals. And like we said, we don't typically do rentals unless we are representing the person. And of course, we're not going to represent them unless we feel like it's a substantial, nice rental. Because we did mention, I think Elijah last week, maybe, or the week before, we had talked about a rental that we had on Stonecutter, and within the day it was rented, and very nice families going to be going there. So I guess it's just as important for us to give you guys a heads up when another good rental is coming about, because some of you are saying, hey, I want to kind of figure out the area first and then commit to buying. And so this one is in Celebration as well. It is on the first floor of the Tower building in the Carlisle building, which is at the intersection of Sycamore and Celebration Avenue. So that would be 601 Sycamore, and it's on the first floor. And what happens is it has this really nice outdoor balcony that's covered, and it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and you cannot get closer to downtown Celebration with a true built condo, because sometimes we have to explain, sometimes there's apartment conversions, and perhaps those aren't built as well as a true condo build. A true condo build would be a building with potentially, concrete walls and firewalls and built to be a condo. Whereas sometimes an apartment, when it's converted later on, they really hadn't potentially thought about, thicker walls or elevators or things that you would want to have potentially when you're investing in a condo. So this one is $3,500 a month. I know that sounds a little high, but guys, there are no rentals to be had. So if you can secure this for a year, definitely, call the team and get in there as soon as you can. I think this would be a very nice option for somebody that wants to, just get a feel for Celebration and to be able to walk to the Wine Emporium or walk down and have breakfast, go to potentially a 4th of July event. It's really spectacular. Elijah, you want to add anything else to that rental?
It is partially furnished, I believe, and they've got some nice things in there that like, as far as like really utilizing that tower balcony. They've got some good stuff out there. Sometimes it's a pain to go and find how you want to situate the patio space. So it's just kind of nice when you can inherit as much good stuff as possible, as well as leaving some space for you to bring in your own favorite personal belongings. So it's definitely a great location and a great floor plan.
Yes. And Chelsea, I think that you might have shown it or walked through it, but I don't know if a lot of people realize, but the famous gentleman that created our pirate ship, remember when we do the pirate ship on the house, he created this bunk bed for the secondary bedroom in that apartment. And so Island Girl, you would love it because it looks kind of piratey in a way.
Ooh.
And that's included in this rental. So of course,
my God, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, the guest bedroom has this mural beautifully painted on the wall that just makes it themed like a desert island oasis, and it's got this.
Are you guys trying to sell this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd be tempted to
Right?
Yeah, go to sleep in a bunk bed if it was that cool, and it is that cool.
Awesome.
It's so cool.
Real craftsmanship there.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of which, Island Girl, we're going to leave you to bring up the 4th hot property in Central Florida.
Well, of course, I went to Margaritaville again because I love that place. It's so tropical. It's my favorite place. But the house I went to is one of the biggest houses in Margaritaville. If it's not the biggest, it's definitely one of. And it's 3056 Parrot Head Place, which I love because parrots, I love painting parrots. It's 4131 square feet. So it's a pretty large house. It's 8 bedrooms, 8.5 baths, $1,950,000. So it's like, a little bit up there in price, but you're getting a lot of house for this much money. And it's like in the best location in all of Margaritaville. It's like really close to the Salty Room Bar. You can just walk right over there and you can hear the music playing from, over there. And you can see like the new thatched roof of the new place they're building over there, Embassy Suites. It's a beautiful view, water view. There's a pool and a spa that's fenced in the back. It's got 3 levels of patio spaces. So you've got patio, you have your pool area, and then you have a patio space on the next floor, and another patio space on the next floor. So it's this huge party house with an elevator. So it's like, it's almost like a hotel. It has 8 bedrooms, 8.5 baths. It's like you could have your whole family there for a family reunion, or whatever. Or just rent it out for a big party. It was so gorgeous. They had 2 en suites on the bottom floor, and one with a bathtub. And so it's like, each floor gets better and better. It seems there was a loft with a hangout area for the kids and stuff. Just, it felt so huge because it is handicap accessible. So like the hallways are wider. It just felt so open, which is, most of the houses in Margaritaville are kind of, they're open, but they're, they cram a lot of stuff in a little bit of space. But this house was huge. It's like, I've never seen a house this big in Margaritaville. It was spectacular. It was just, the gorgeous colors of all the houses there, light and bright and tropical. And, the margarita maker always comes with the house, so
yeah,
it was just a gorgeous house, perfect party place, gathering place, perfect house for just having fun.
I love that. So, everybody, Rachel, what she's talking about is the Margaritaville area does allow short-term vacation rental.
Yes.
There. And it is known as really getting the best return on investment as of the moment. We always have to say as of the moment. We always have to say we're not financial advisors, but we can share with you that I think because of branding as well, that, Jimmy Buffett was a very smart man. And, when you look at escapism and you look at, I want to get away from the bad weather up north, I want to get away from my intense job, I want to go someplace where, I just, no cares, right? So to be able to own a property like this and know that you can get some of those dollars back, maximize it so that you get some of those dollars back, it's wonderful, because now I kind of see Margaritaville offering something that might be parallel to what Reunion has been doing so very well.
Right.
And we have promoted Reunion and will continue to promote Reunion, but they have been known for having large, huge homes where maybe you even have a bowling alley in there, or you have, an arcade, or you have your hairdresser area, huge. But what they're anticipating is potentially, maybe the cheerleaders from the state of Texas are coming in and they need to take over the whole house because they're in a competition, right? Yeah. And so when you have those type of homes, they have really been in big demand. And especially when the pandemic was going on and people could work wherever they wanted, and then you have high-speed internet, and then people are saying, well, why am I going to be stuck up here where there's snow and sleet and nothing's open? I'll go down and want to rent a place for a month or 2 months. And actually what we found was people got down here and they didn't want to leave. They didn't want to leave.
This to me a long time ago.
So great job, you guys. So we talked about celebration, and we talked about St. Cloud, and we talked about a rental, and we also spoke about Margaritaville. So I think that's a nice mix. Once again, this show is for our viewers. So please feel free to put in the comments what areas you might be asking us to look for. We actually have been doing that the last couple of weeks, specifically going out, finding, and actually putting people in contracts that they're very happy with because of this show. And like I said, once again, you're getting to know my dream team. So feel free. Their telephone numbers are right under their faces. And between all of us, if they're not able to help you on that particular day, we are a true team, and we help each other. So we'll make sure that we maximize things for you. Now, I'm going to throw an interesting question to all of you guys, because I had gotten a comment, somebody saying, any hints on how to survive summers in Florida? Just don't think about it too hard. Just give me one thing that you think works with surviving summer in Florida. Okay, Elijah, you go first.
Knowing where the nearest ice cream parlor is always a good way to help. We
Twisty
got some of it in
treats
celebration. Yeah. Oh
and
yeah. And Twisted Treat right
Killins.
across the street.
Oh, great one. I'm going to write. You know what? We need to do a video on this. And guess what that would mean? Somebody's got to be eating ice cream. Okay. Like,
Oh,
any volunteers? Yeah. There you go. There you go.
that's a
Okay,
hard day's work.
Chelsea, give us an idea.
Kind of, I guess, piggybacking off of Elijah and the needing a cool treat, knowing where the nearest pool is
Yes.
or body of water.
That's very good, because you know what? It isn't always necessary that you have to have a pool, that you have to buy a house with a pool. It's nice. Many people love that. And actually where we're at, we are blessed with the pool. But you know, a lot of these HOAs, when people are like, I'm not used to a homeowners association, what does it take care of? Well, when you have these community pools, you're going to appreciate that sometimes during the summer. You know, you're going to be like, I just want to go, you know, have a dip in the pool. And so that's very helpful. But obviously lakes and everything else, alligator lake, what did you call that, Chelsea?
It's alligator lake.
Alligator lake without the alligators. We'll have to do a video explaining how the alligators have been, they were here first and they really have not been an issue, but it's good to make comment on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Island Girl, what would you say?
Well, other than the ocean, that's my favorite place. I would say all the water parks. We have such good water parks all over the area, and I love visiting all of them. They're all, Volcano Bay is one of my favorites for sure. Then Typhoon Lagoon. I mean, and then Margaritaville has one. It's just, you know, go visit all the water parks. It's so much fun.
Yes, I love that. That's a great idea. And, you know, in Volcano Bay, because we love our Universal folks too. You know, I worked at Universal for 5 years. And so shout out to Universal Studios as well. So Disney has them, Universal has them. H2O is the name of the one by Margaritaville. And you can get an annual pass there for very little amount. As a matter of fact, why don't we say today, if somebody buys a house in Margaritaville within the next month, we will buy an annual pass to the H2O park for a family up to 4. Okay, so
it's great.
We've got that recorded. All right, love you guys. Anything else you want to add?
And maybe put your AC bill on auto pay, you know, so you don't. That's a good way to stay cool in Florida.
Yes, and don't make the mistake like I did when I moved here. When I was in my early 20s, I came down with the car with no air conditioning. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, so air conditioning. Yeah, air conditioning is a good thing. All right. We'll say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye, guys.